Shalom, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kodash. Double honor to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, as well as the elders that came before them that taught us the truth. The Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. All right, this is just a quick lesson saying everything is coming to pass. Everything is moving to the next level, if you will. 16 hours ago, this is Patrick Murphy, the little prep guy, ran out. He bugged out. It's over. Top officials give emergency internet blackout warning. Okay, this is one of the things. We're gonna let him speak right away before I get the precept, but he's gonna say everything's jumping off, and then he's gonna go into the internet, which is going into the famine of the word. So let's let him speak.
There is a ton of big breaking news, and we have top U.S. officials coming out and giving emergency warnings of what's coming next. We have so much big news. We have top world organizations, all right? I have to be careful with my words here, but we have top world organizations that are coming out and saying, quote, the era of open global internet is over. They're saying the era of open internet is over. It's done, and they are now making plans to clamp down. And one of the big things that it seems like they're preparing us for is a potential blackout scenario of the internet or of the grid to reset a lot of these systems so they can build back a new system. That's what we're seeing with the banking crisis as well. All right, we're seeing a lot of banks still in the process of a slow motion collapse right now. A lot of regional banks are still in the process of collapsing.
So it would make sense because they have to stop information. The information war is destroying them. Okay, whoever them is, they. Okay. This week or this coming week is the 1st of June, going into the 4th of June, which they pushed back this little debt ceiling crisis thing 4 days, from what I understand from the brothers. So this week is very, very important. Okay. Now, in order to bring in this digital currency, they have to what? They got to shut down the banks and shut down the current system to bring in the new one. So may that happen this week? It might, because of the so-called debt ceiling situation. Okay. What else is going on right now that implies either an internet or a whole grid shutdown? Okay. You got the war. Okay. You got this war. Let's go. Slovakia. Let me get this. Let me get Amos first. Okay, because these things have to happen in order and in their time, like the elder apostle Ramlab was going into today about the timing of things and time, how time works, pursuant to these prophecies. Amos 8 and 11, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, power, Yahweh Shemel Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Okay, so that has to come. We're looking at Jacob's trouble. What's going to cause Jacob's trouble? They shut the power down. Jacob's trouble is on. Shutting the power down is shutting the internet down. You can do that simultaneously. Okay, then you have a famine of the word. You got Jacob's trouble at the same. Jacob's trouble implies what? It implies you ain't going out to the street. Okay, you're not going out into chaos to stand on the corner and push the word anymore. We'll be right here. Okay, so that's killing two birds. They're going to have a curfew. As soon as the shooting and the looting starts, they're going to say, stay in your homes. Don't go out. So what? You can't go out and fight over a corner with fringes on, number one. And you won't be able to load videos on the internet, which is down, and the power is down. So that will cause the famine of the world. At the very same time, same said time, as they say, you have Jacob's trouble. It jumps off all at once. Jacob's trouble been going on, but once the chaos starts, you'll know that you're in Jacob's trouble. Okay, let's get that real quick too. There's the famine. Let's get the name of it. I mean, there's several descriptions of it, but this is the name. Jeremiah 30. Okay. There's the name. Ain't no Jacob's trouble. Oh, moron. If you would have listened to what I said, oh, moron. Listening is pertinent. Jeremiah 30:7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, oh, moron. But he shall be saved out of it. Okay, so there's the famine of the word, there's Jacob's trouble, even at the same time, okay, when you look at it. Let's look at, okay, so we went into the famine, or this dude is talking about the blackout, or internet blackout, or grid blackout, okay? This guy, Skeletor, it's full spectrum survival, is let's click into this real quick, okay? Because if any of this is true, okay, if any of what this guy is saying, basically he's saying this is COVID-2, or on steroids, is what he's about to say.
He died.
Salakia. Listen to his delivery. And he never comes out like this. This is different.
Oh my God. If this is real, what will come from this and the implications from what I'm about to share with you will have an absolute world-shattering impact. A dangerous bioterror alert. How this is not on the breaking news around our planet, if this is true, is beyond my ability to understand.
Okay, so what he's going to go into right now, this came out yesterday. He's going into the fact that these biolabs, like Wuhan, like whatever was going on in Ukraine, right? Race-specific bioweapons, and the labs, okay, and then going back to Uganda, whatever the fuck was going on in Uganda a minute ago, right? I believe it was it Uganda or was it Ghana? Where did they run up out of over there and say that they took over? They were fighting against each other, and a biolab was involved in the fight. Remember that? 2 weeks ago. Okay, what he's saying. Okay, I'm gonna let him say it, but he's saying that Russia is about to blah 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 in Ukraine dealing with the biolab. So that brings terrorism or bio weapons. What do you need to fight a war? You need weapons. So this bio situation, which is pestilence, goes directly hand in hand with what? World War III. And then they're saying that this counteroffensive is imminent. So let's let him say this.
The implications of what we're seeing here are absolutely world-shattering. On May 26th at 5:18 p.m., with over 1 million views since its posting, the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the official account of the Russian government, here is what we are talking about, posted a social media account of reported bioweapons and research that was in American-led and American-funded weapons facilities.
In the Ukraine, okay? So to understand what he just said, you got to look at this. Evidence of the research of dangerous pathogens in Ukraine, he left that out. Development of biological weapons by the U.S., establishment of BSL for biolabs abroad by U.S. So what he's saying right now, okay, is the Russians are coming out and calling out the Americans on these biolabs that they have in Ukraine, that they were dealing with in Wuhan, China, which is where that first lockdown and shutdown came from. Okay, and then where was it? Let me look it up real quick. Salakia, bear with me. U.S. I would have to go back. Let me see. It was a week ago. Let's see. It's not Uganda. Was it Uganda? Djibouti. Sudan. Was it Sudan? Sudan. Biolab news. Let's look at this. Fact check. So this is about 2 weeks ago. Okay. Did U.S. fund biolab in Sudan? So this is who says huge biological risk after Sudan fighters occupy. It was the Sudan. Okay. Now why is this? Look at this. U.S. fund biolab in Sudan. That whole thing where the Sudanese fighters were fighting against the Sudan, right? Both army factions were fighting against each other. This is 2 weeks ago. What was involved? What was at the heart of the whole situation? A biolab. Okay. Now this thing CV19, right? The pandemic that we just got done with, right, goes back to what? Gain of function research at a biolab where? In Wuhan, China. Who funded it? Your boy Anthony Fauci. Okay? So there's a connection to all these biolabs, and that's what this guy is talking about. He's talking about it yesterday, which is today, within 24 hours. Look at this, 19 hours ago. All right? And what has to happen between now and next week? They got to do something because the U.S. is out of money. They're supposed to be out of dollars by June the 1st or the 4th, which is this week coming up. Okay? Then you got, all right, you got the offensive about them. I'm going to let him speak a little more to bring this into focus. But bioterror, this is about war, a bioweapon. They're making weapons out of pathogens, out of pestilence. Okay.
American-led and American-funded weapons facilities. The Post has Russian government
I'm going to let him say that again in its entirety.
Slovakia. And research that was found in America.
Slovakia. Bring it back a little.
Talking about posted a social media account of reported bioweapons and research that was found in American-led and American-funded weapons facilities. The Post has Russian government declassified documents, including 3 different reported U.S. projects named UP4, P444, and Project Fly.
Cut the cable with
Slovakia. So you understand what's going on, okay? Something has to happen next week, all right? Something.
Flyaway. Of the projects, there are particularly horrifying details. Now, I'm going to remind you that right now we are in a war with Russia. This includes a war for information. It includes a war of misinformation.
Which is why they have to shut the internet down. They have to shut the grid down. They have to control the masses in America. Okay? So all of this is culminating at this moment. Now, let's look at what the voice of reason is saying. And I mean, I'm trying to save this for the World War III Daily Update, but this is critical because this guy does see Skeletor. He don't come out and spend a whole 15 minutes on just one subject. He slips in 15 different things. Right now, he did this whole thing on this. He's serious, and he doesn't come out and just say things that he hasn't fact checked and went all the way into. So this is significant. All right. So you got one saying they're about to shut down the grid, certainly the internet, which makes sense. They got to control the information. Okay. Why? I'm gonna show you. This is where I go for war news. Okay. Military and Foreign Affairs Network. Okay. Now, he just posted 2 hours ago, Battlefield Ukraine, major offensive imminent. So they've been talking about this counteroffensive, right? Ukraine counteroffensive. They've been talking about this going back to fall of last year. Okay. Oh, it's too cold. It's not cold enough. The ground hasn't froze. Okay. This guy, who wouldn't say this unless he knew, is saying major offensive imminent, meaning next week, this week coming up. And everybody knows this. What do they have to do? They have to control the information. Okay? They got to control the information. Just Skeletor saying that they're about to release the bioweapons. They got to control that information, which leads to shut down the internet, shut down the power. Okay. Now, all of these things, you got your boy Lil Duval. What is he saying? Okay. You got the C-HIP. You got the Neuralink coming out, right? You got Neuralink coming out. What is this? The elder apostles just put celebs know about the you know what and are talking shit about, right? I believe he's talking about those other camps that are going to take, just like they took the hot shot. Okay, so let's see. Here we go. This is Nate, Canadian Prepper. Here we go. NATO moves Patriots to border. Russia full mobilization or bust. Look at this. It's about to look. When you see this, when you see Victoria Nuland, okay, who's orchestrating the war in the Ukraine and has been since 2013, okay, how is it that she's orchestrating the war? All right. And she's orchestrating what? World War III. Victoria Nuland was over in the Sudan. All right. Stirring up shit. Let's take a look at this. And I'm not bringing a precept. This
Over the past 6 months, we have been investigating as well as exposing.
I'll get the precepts, but the news right now is just very important. You're supposed to not be ignorant of anything.
How the people in Sri Lanka.
Come on.
Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. Welcome back to the Daily Dose of Doom and Gloom. Before we talk about World War III news, of which there is no short supply, I would encourage you guys to bookmark the video that you see behind me. We released the first part of a 3-part series of interviews with Dr. Hugo de Garis earlier today. And as usual, the videos that we love as creators...
He's going into this AI thing, but guess what? AI don't know nothing about this truth. As smart as AI could ever be, they don't know what the men of the Lord know because it's from above. AI is some low-level shit.
Intelligence expert, And what he predicts is going to happen in the next 10 years is foreboding and mind.
Ain't no next 10 years.
So you got to go and check out that video. You will not be disappointed. It's important to be informed of what's coming down.
It's important to be informed by the men of the Lord because we know way more than Hugo whatever, Degares, and AI. AI don't know what the Most High gave us, the mysteries. All right, so take it from the men of the Lord, the prophets, not no fucking program. Okay, because Esau programmed the program, and Esau don't understand this truth. It's not given unto him. So check that out.
A Luddite, a technophobe, or as he calls them, a Terran, or maybe you're full-blown cyborg. You got to know what's coming down the pike. The world is about to change in ways that none of us can really, truly appreciate.
Except for the men of the Lord. We appreciate. We love to see this destruction coming because we know that what happens after this place is laid flat.
This point in time. So please go and check that video out. You won't be disappointed. We got to talk about full-scale Russian mobilization. We got to talk about your share of the national debt, which is only going to get bigger and bigger. We got to talk about Lindsey Graham calling for World War III. We got to talk about Victoria Nuland planning World War III.
How is Victoria Nuland planning World War III? Who is this person? Okay, so research Victoria Nuland and what she has to do with the escalation of this war. She's got everything to do with it. All right. So, hey, this war, largest land battle since World War II is coming. You know what that's called? It's called World War III. All right. And they're talking about this week. This week. All right. Go watch this. I'm going to end this thing. All right. I'm going to end this. Here we go. I'm going to read this. Canadian Prepper 15 hours ago. Here we go. NATO moves Patriots. That's a missile system. Missile interceptor. To border. Russia full mobilization or bust. Belarus deploys nukes. See where this thing is going? And according to the voice of reason, he's like, the offensive is imminent. Okay? So, let's look at a couple of these. Surprised that nukes haven't went flying, yet praying that nothing. Hey, it's coming. Nobody can stop it. Oh, okay, nothing there. I'm going to go ahead and end this. I'm going to just keep it quick. I'm going to go here to Sirac. And, let me go to 2nd Ezra's 9 first. Okay? Because we know what's happening. We can't wait for it to jump off. How do we know? We are watching with every move of the clock from the second hand. We are watching. Okay? We're measuring. All right? We're precision measurement tools out here. We're watching everything that's being said. And telling you we're giving you TMI, too much information. You said that yesterday. Yep, and I'm gonna keep saying it with every click of the second hand of the clock. 2nd Ezra's 9 and 1, he answered me then and said, measure, right? Watching the prophecies come to pass with every second of the clock. Measure thou the time diligently. The time, watch the clock with every second that passes. And when a prophecy comes into view, here it comes. Warn the people. Warn them what? Your imminent doom is here. You better repent. Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So it's our job to warn you, hey, here it comes. Here it comes. Lil Duval checked you. He let all you niggas know, all right, from the top that guess what? It is the chip. And you gonna take it, right? Otherwise, you won't be able to buy and sell. That's what he's saying. Nigga, I'm finna get paid. I'm gonna move from a level C comedian. I'm gonna move to a level. As soon as I get done with this mission that they sent me on, I'm going to move to a level B, and then I'll be Eddie Murphy here in a minute because I'm doing what these fools are telling me to do. Okay? We're watching this. Lil Duval was given a mission, right? They said, we're going to use you to start at the bottom with these ghetto-ass niggas. See, if they used Eddie Murphy to say, here comes the C hit, then all of America, right? Not just low-level Negroes. Who the fuck knows who Lil Duval is? If you said that to the average Edomite, he'd say, well, who the fuck is Lil Duval? But then, if Eddie Murphy came out, who was an A-list devil, if he came out and said, the chip is going, everybody would be listening. So the Most High got to start, begin at his own sanctuary, right? And who is at the bottom of the bottom? Okay, whoever's at the bottom of the bottom, pursuant to Eddie Murphy and Trading Places, is going to be at the very top. Well, it's got to be Judah, because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is Judah. He's going to be at the very top. So who's at the very bottom right now? Those that will hear Lil Duval. Okay, that's the balance. Anyway, all right, so this week is going to be huge. We know that we're measuring the time, right? What else? What else? We're doing exactly what the hell we're supposed to be doing. Lord willing, we are those men. Ecclesiastes 5 and 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. We're letting you know. You said that last week. We're saying it again right now. Okay? And being redundant. All right? Over and over and over. All right? Whether you hear or forbear. So with that, we hope that the elect were edified this week. Okay? Look for everything coming at the same time. All right? The poly crisis. All right? The hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass. We got a whole month before we're halfway through the year. At the end of June, the beginning of July, is the halfway point of this year. What do you think is going to jump off in the last 6 months? It's called all hell. All effing hell is about to break loose. Anyway, with that, we're going to say we hope that the elect will edify you, brothers and few sisters, with that shalom.